exercise guidelines relevant to physiotherapists. Most importantly, a practice guideline summarizes literature in order to guide best practice. It may or may not have used a rigorous methodology, such as a systematic review, to determine the recommendations. In addition, it includes opinions and usually a consensus process. In this tutorial, we have reviewed levels of evidence and how this can help your evidence-informed practice. The next tutorial will demonstrate how to use the Physiotherapy Evidence Database, otherwise known as PEDRO, to find the highest levels of evidence. Thanks for watching. Please check our other tutorials available through our YouTube channel and website.
I just thought that was a good video that shows you the different types of evidence and the hierarchy. So this is Jacqueline Castig. She's our medical librarian here at Tampa General, and she's going to talk about what resources we have in the library for you to search evidence. She's going to do a practice search with PubMed to show you how you can use it. Thank you.
Okay, so I am one of the medical librarians here. I've been here about 3.5 years. I got my master's in library science from USF, and I also work as a librarian in Hillsborough County and Largo. The medical library is located on the first floor in the East Pavilion between medical records and the foundation office. It's available to all staff 24/7 with a badge. We are staff, the librarians are there from 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. But it's open 24/7 for people who want to use their computers. We have a printer, a copier. You can use computers to check your email, do your e-learnings, or if you just need to find a place to study or do your literature search, we are available for that. We also offer assistance with helping you with your literature search skills. We can help you with your citation list, reference, formatting, anything you need help with for your research. We can help you. If we can't, we can definitely point you in the right direction. So I'll talk a little bit about PubMed, which is what we use, and it's kind of considered the gold standard in the literature search because it's kind of a one-stop place you can go for all of the peer-reviewed medical journals, articles that you can find. Well, I'll go to PubMed first. Right now, we don't have a password to a database that we can give out to staff, but the library staff does have access to full text articles. So when you're doing your search, anything you find in PubMed, we can get for you. If you're looking in other databases or on the internet, we can most likely get the full text for you. But if it's in PubMed, we definitely can. Once you find articles, you can email us, call us. We have a page on the portal you can put a request in, and then we can either print the articles out for you or email them to you. Usually, if we have access to the articles, we can get them for you in 5 or 10 minutes. If we have to ask our partner libraries to send us copies, it could take a day or two, but it saves you the $30 to $50 that publishers generally charge you per article. So it's definitely a service you want to take advantage of here. If you're having a tough time finding abstracts and articles, we do offer a literature search service where we will do the search for you and get the articles and then put them out or email them to you. But we really want to help you get in the habit of doing this search yourself and improving your skills because it's something that you'll use a lot. And especially when you start doing it, you'll see how easy it is, and then you'll be looking everything up. So I'll tell you a little bit more about PubMed, and then I'll do a quick search to just kind of show you around so it doesn't look completely foreign to you when you do a search. Has anybody used PubMed before to do a search? Okay, so you might know a little bit. I'll show you some tricks that might help you get some better results. So PubMed is an archive managed by the National Institutes of Health and the National Library of Medicine. It contains citations from almost all the peer-reviewed health sciences journals, both in the U.S. and in other countries. So anything you look up in here is going to be from a peer-reviewed journal. The citations, it currently indexes, as you can see in this little box here, than 24 million citations. And when I first started here, it was 22 million, so you can see how many more are getting added all the time. The citations include abstracts, full text articles, poster presentations, letters to the editor, practice guidelines, and other items. There's also a lot of free articles you can get in PubMed. Even though we don't have a login for it, they're free to the public. Anyone who goes on pubmed.gov, you'll be able to get them. And more are being added all the time. These free articles are being added to PubMed Central, which is a sub-archive PubMed that publishers voluntarily add full-text articles to. Typically 1 year after they get published, but sometimes you'll find them in there before they get published in print or around the same time. So in the future, it'll be easier to get full-text articles for free. Anyone can get them. You want to Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the sample search. Say you wanted to find out about hospital readmissions. I'm just going to put that in and see what happens. So we get over 12,000 results. That's a lot to look through. And probably most of these aren't going to be exactly what you want. So one trick you can do to make sure you're getting more relevant articles is to put your phrase in quotes so that the search engine that you're using, most of them will recognize this, and PubMed or other databases also. When you put it in quotes, it tells that you want these two words together, not here and then over here talking about something else. So if we do that, it goes down to just over a little over 1,000. So that's a lot easier to look through, and they're probably going to be more relevant to what you're looking for. The only problem with that is that it depends on the topic you're searching, but you might miss some that maybe were about hospital readmissions, but for some reason they didn't have those words together. So that's why doing your search, the hardest part is just trying different words, trying different combination of words, synonyms. It's just your first string of terms that you put out for your search are probably, it's not going to be your last one. You're probably going to have to try different words. So in this one, we want to narrow it down a little more. So if you knew you wanted, you're really interested in readmissions with cardiovascular patients, we could put that in instead. So you could put cardiovascular, and you put the and in all capitals. That signifies that you want to make sure your article that comes back has this word and this word. Both of them need to be there. PubMed's pretty good about recognizing that without you putting and, but it's just a good habit to get in, especially if you're doing an internet search or something. It will recognize this as well. Okay, so cardiovascular and readmissions. Now there's 358, and you know that these are all going to have to do with cardiovascular. They're probably all about hospital readmissions too. I don't know if there would be other types of readmissions. Let's see. So, like I mentioned earlier, the words you use can make a big difference, even singular and plural. Like if I change this to readmission, it goes from 358 results to 1,151. So you just kind of have to try different combinations. If you use a synonym chart, that can help. Just helps you keep track of the different strategy they use. And you may have to use a lot. Sometimes you may try something and you only get back 1 or 2 articles. So you know you have to try to use some different synonyms or other words. All right, so I'm going to go back to what we had with readmissions. With 300 and 358 might seem like a lot, but you have to remember that the citations of PubMed can go back to the 1930s or 40s. So you know, that's not really that many. So it's a good number to work with. So the citation is here. It shows you the title, then it has the author information, the journal title, and if you just kind of put your mouse over that, it will tell you what the name of the journal is. And it has dates. So when you're requesting articles from us, you can just give us all of this information, or you can give us this number down here, and that's basically all we need to pull up the article for you. So as you're looking through the results, you can see a lot of the words are, it's all on screen, but the words that are in bold, those are your search terms. So if you're kind of in a hurry, it's easier to look through just to make sure that this one has no terms in it. Another thing you can do if you're in a with your search terms. So if you click on see more, that's only going to show you articles that have those search terms that you put. This can be helpful if you have like a lot of terms or you're just getting a lot of results and you can't narrow down, going through thousands. You don't want to look through that. So if you use this, that can help. But the only thing to keep in mind when using that feature is that your results aren't in chronological order. So if you know you want the most recent, you want to make sure that you're looking at the dates, because you could find one here at the top and it's from 2000, and depending on the topic, it may be a lot older than what you want. So here's an example of the free article. If you're looking through your citations, it'll say free PMC articles. That's one that anybody can get. All you do is click on the title, and it'll open up the abstract, and you can read through it, and if that sounds like something that would help you, you just click on this free PMC right up here, and it's going to take you to the full text format. This is just the plain internet format, but you could, it's kind of a weird article, but if you go up here at the top, it would usually say PDF, and then you could get it in a PDF format if you wanted to save it or share it with someone. So that's the free articles. Another way you can look at abstracts. I'm going to go back to our main search here. And instead of going through and just looking at the titles, which doesn't tell you much, I'm actually going to go back one more. This is the one that only gave us 7 results. So go back to our main search that we did. And then if you go to display settings here, you can choose a lot of different ways. Like if you wanted to do 50 citations per page, so you wouldn't have to keep going to the next page, you can sort by any of these things, or you can do per format. You can hit abstract, and when you hit apply, that just will basically show your abstract for each one, so you can go through without having to open up each one separately to read the abstracts. And the last thing I'm going to show you is the filters. So these can really help you refine your search, especially if you have a lot of results. All the filters show up here on the left side. These aren't the only ones that they have. So you can put down here, show additional filters. When you choose that, you just are choosing more filters to show up on the side. So let's say we wanted journal categories, ages. You could also sort by language. So now they show up here and you can use them. Ages, you have your basic divisions here, but if you click on more, they get even more specific. So, if you only wanted infants 1 to 23 months, you just hit that, show, and then it shows back up here. So then you have to click on it again to apply what you want. Let's say we're looking at age 65 and up, so click on that. Then it'll show up here, all your filters will show up at the top. And it's also check mark, so you know which ones are on. Another one you may find yourself needing to use is journal categories. So if you want to make sure you are only getting articles from nursing journals, you choose this one. And you see it will show up here again, and your results number will continue to drop. So these are all articles about cardiovascular readmissions in nursing journals on patients ages 65 and up. Very last one I'll show you is article type. This one is really important if you're looking for a specific type of article. If you're looking for a systematic review or a randomized control trial, a practice guideline, you just click on more here to see which ones you can choose from. And you can see there's a lot of different ones. Do you want the editorials? I'm going to look for, there's meta-analysis, randomized control trial, and all the ones that you check here. Just hit show, and then they show back up over here, and then you can choose them. If there's not a check mark to it, then it's not applied. So systematic reviews, we'll see how many. There aren't any, because there aren't any apparently in nursing journals. So sometimes what you have to do is take off nursing journals, and you should get some more. And then those are all systematic reviews on that topic. And anything else you need, we are there. Be 3 to 5. I left my card over there too if you need to email or request articles or come down and we can help you do your search.
Thank you so much. So Jacqueline showed us around PubMed.